Kaiju no Kami here with...
T-Turtle T-shirt number 3. Hi, I'm Cruellica and I, and I smile so I don't swear.
Yeah, that doesn't work for you. We are going to be talking about Ultraman Trigger, episode 7.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Positive?
But also, because even though he's still in timeout, we have allowed SilverQuill to participate in this. Ain't that right, SilverQuill?
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal, you fishy fiend. Oh, you've left me green behind the gills. Oh, what do you have to say for yourself?
Here's a little song I wrote. Might want to sing it note for note.
So, yeah, Ultraman Trigger episode 8, which wasn't here for episode 7, but I watched it, and now I'm in exile. Kaiju no Kami just doesn't want to accept the hugs, and now, like every great intellectual, I am cast into the void.
Did he just say episode 8?
Yep.
Wait, how did he watch episode 8? We watched episode 7.
He's in the future, everyone. Hey, copyright. Copyright.
Let me sum up Ultraman episode 8 in one simple phrase. I am so confused! I have never seen Ultraman Z. I have never seen this actor. I've never heard an interview about it. I know nothing about it. So for the first part of this, I have no idea what's going on. And for most of the references, I have no idea what's going on. I am an Ultraman neophyte. I'm an initiate. I am brand new to this series. I do not know what the hell is going on. And it drives me a little nuts because I don't like not knowing what's going on. It's like whenever Cruellica and our friends Chrisless Bloodborne talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Technically, they're speaking English, but I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. And so, as this begins, I'm like, I'm pulling up a wiki on my phone here. I mean, just check it out on the phone. Okay, so like there's this King Joe. Oh, it's being stolen. Okay, that's a bad thing. Oh, there's a Bolton. Oh, what's a Bolton? Oh, it's a black hole. Oh, okay. Now they're in the black hole. They should be dead. Oh, but it's really it's painful on the eyes. Oh.
So before we show more of SilverQuill's thoughts on the episode, what did you think of it?
I actually really enjoyed the episode. Mainly because I do like Zet. So that kind of helped. Well, the episode is called Inter-Universe because it involves, obviously I just said it, Ultraman Z.
Dimension hopping. Multiverse hopping.
Are you surprised?
Multiverse hopping.
Well, the way they did the multiverse hop actually was kind of interesting.
I liked it. I liked also when King Joe crashes on Earth.
Well, first you have Barossa, Alien Barossa, with a little throwing things at Zet and Sevenger? Or was that Wyndham?
No, that was Sevenger.
Sevenger. So Alien Barossa is throwing things at them, and
were those things coming off of the King Joe?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
So they're kind of destroying King Joe as they're like riding him like Silver Surfer does his surfboard.
I'm thinking more of the guy from Doctor Strangelove. Yeehaw!
And then a portal opens from the Bolton, yeah. Bolton. And they're starting to fall through.
Sevenger gets blocked, so he won't go in there. Mm-hmm. I don't even know who was piloting Sevenger.
It was the normal girl.
But she was piloting King Joe Custom before.
Yeah, but King Joe Custom was being stolen.
Okay, I see what it was. I thought it was all three of them were chasing after.
No, King Joe Custom was being ridden on like Silver Surfer.
Okay, it was being hijacked.
Hijacked, yes. And so Bolton opened a portal, and Zet pushes Sevenger out of the way so it does not get sucked down. And then you actually see Haruki detransform with Zet. So he's falling in the portal, And then this random bird comes in. Little itty bitty bird.
Barbossa's baby Zandrius. Baby Zandrius. Oh, and I should say Barossa. Yes, not Captain Barbossa, but Barossa. So right off the bat, everyone is just acting like I should know what's going on. And I don't. And I hate it when people do that.
Barossa starts attacking Haruki.
Yes, and then they end up landing on Earth.
Grabs the coins, and then they crash land to Earth.
And then everyone's like, what's this thing? And we get these, the little kid Metron's like, oh, it looks like a King Joe, but it's different. And then Akito, when they're over there, is like, well, it's been customized with Earth parts. Oh,
well,
okay.
and Akito, or Edgelord, is really excited because they see King Joe in the background, and Edgelord's like, I must investigate. And then Kengo is like, well, there's an opening in the doorway. There's stairs. So they obviously go to it because, horror movie men...
And they meet Haruki.
In the most interesting way, because Haruki apparently is trying to fix something, when I've never thought him capable of extreme mechanics.
And then Haruki goes to their thing, and he's like, oh, are you the...
No, it's funny. No. You have to explain how he is, like, standing there, like this, being all, like, yelling and professional. It was kind of hilarious. Because they're asking him questions, and he's like, I'm from storage.
Yes, he says he's from storage and explains it. They're like, we don't know that. And he's like, looks at Kengo and says, you must be this world's Ultra. He's delusional. We're going to take him and interrogate him over somewhere else in my lab. And yeah, that's not suspicious.
Well, he gave a restraining order,
and then Bosco shows up just out of the blue as always. Like,
not Bosco.
I'm just expecting, like, where's the
beef?
No. When Bosco shows up, where's, like, the canned audience clapping?
Oh, from old 80s and 90s sitcoms?
Yes. Because he just randomly appears like the uncle or someone that's a fan favorite and just shows up, oh, yo, yeah! And then, so Kengo, they all get the lowdown, well, Kengo and Akito get the lowdown of what's going on with Zet.
With Iggy. Because Iggy's listening in.
And then we have this, well, hold on, let's do more of SilverQuill's stuff. Alright. And then we have the dick measuring contest between Ignis and the Barbarossa and its little bird thing, which I'll call Iago, even though we're using that for Zenkaiser. Ultra Iago.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, mine's bigger. Now mine's bigger. Mine's bigger. Mine's bigger. Mine's bigger.
Oh, okay. I loved it because you could see the genuine entertainment in the actor's eyes for Iggy when he's going back and forth on everything, because this dude is just having fun. It's the most ridiculous scene ever, and they're just having fun calling out these things, and I'm like, so I have to agree with one of Silver's comments I know we're going to be getting to. Do you know what half of that stuff was?
No.
Okay, so it was just made up.
Yes. I don't recognize any of it from any Ultra stuff.
Because Vampire Ball, you have a fish.
Well, the Vampire Ball might be actually from something. But, yeah, the fish thing, I don't know half of those. And then we have the fish when he gets... So then... Because Barbarossa's trying to find his little...
Barossa or Barbarossa?
Maybe it's Barossa.
Because you keep on calling it Barbarossa, and I'm like, is that... Because I know they're both pirates, but he's from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But anyway, so then we have... What?
You're insane.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to recalculate everything because we're kind of on a time limit since you got to get to the thing. But
recalculate?
Well, whatever. So then we have, because Barossa's looking for this seed that will make him grow, and then when they start chasing Ignis, because Ignis has decided to steal the metals that he heard Zet and them talking about, he's getting chased by Barossa, who then they fall over, and then Barossa's like, oh, there's my seed. Go, 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 go. I loved the superimposing we had of when giant Barossa was stomping at
Yes, because it was hilarious just watching him run.
All I'm thinking of is Army of Darkness. London Bridge is falling down.
Overall, oh my god, I'm trying not to think of that movie now.
And then we've got the big battle with Trigger, which I did like. The camera work was pretty cool.
I actually like the utilization of, well, especially when Zet comes in, the utilization of the miniatures in the fight itself, because he's throwing cars at them, he's pushing buildings into them, and I'm like, that's gotta suck because you're destroying your miniatures.
But I did like also before that when Akito's explaining how to makes the device for Haruki to use, and then he goes, "Okay, I've got it. Wait, you need to." Okay.
Well, it's total Haruki because he does not listen.
And then he's like, "Okay, we're gonna do this. Cool. So I put this in here. All right, let's chant my name. Ultraman said, Ultraman said,
yeah, and it hits Zed's foot, and I'm like, are you both trying to kill yourselves?
He's like, did you not learn how to do it? No, he just told me to insert it in shit.
No, you didn't listen, Haruki.
Doesn't that open? Oh yeah, okay. Let's try this again. Okay, chant my name, Ultra. Like, I love the fact that he's making him chant the name again.
Oh, I know. I was like, is it required? So what does more of Mr. Silverquill have to say?
Let's find out.
Oh my god. This is like a telethon. We get the clips.
But the highlight of this has to be when Barossa and his baby bird, whatchamacallit, finally confront restraining order. And first off, how they find him. He's just sitting there. I'm surprised you didn't pull a gun on him. It's like, hey, how's it going? And then comes the measuring contest. And part of the fun is when Barossa has his little bird friend on his shoulder, and as it's talking, hey, I'm gonna just talk over here. Oh, look at me. Oh, SilverQuill, you're so smart and handsome. Oh, I love you so. Oh, yes, this isn't nepotism or self-insert OC. Not at all. Oh. Why, thank you, SilverQuill. Kill everyone. What? So here's this measuring contest, and it's just fun to see. They keep pulling out new items and dropping. I think the Barossa's baby was better secured than mine, but basically it's just this wonderful measuring contest as they keep pulling out these items, and I am 90% sure that all of these are old Ultraman references. Completely going over my head, but I'm willing to bet Kaiju and Cruellica can truly point and say, yes, this is from that, and that is from this, and we are all one cuckoo kachu.
Cuckoo kachu. What?
Cuckoo kachu. Oh, it's actually from a Beatles song. I can't remember which song it is, but it's actually something that I think Ringo says in the song.
Uh-huh.
Mainly because I'm a big Beatles fanatic, so I know everything about their music.
So let's see what else he had to say.
And then comes the fight. The fight in which, the bird has flown the coop. Tweet, 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 tweet. And now the fighting fish. Ultraman is getting schooled. And I have no idea what this thing is supposed to be or why it keeps saying business is booming.
I agree. Why is business booming? Where is business booming? Who is business booming for? Why is this fish talking? Don't you remember those stupid fishes on the wall like what Silver has? Because those make no sense to me. One, they give me nightmares, and two, I don't get it. Why is business booming? For whom?
Well, business is booming for the construction companies with how much deconstruction they are doing of the city.
But also, how did the fish become big?
Because Barossa became big.
Gib?
Became big.
How? No, it doesn't matter. Just because he becomes big doesn't mean that the fish becomes big. Because if that were to be the case, I don't know. But still, it's stupid. And business is booming somewhere.
Okay.
Seriously, tell me your motivations. Why would you want to fight an Ultraman?
Nope, not doing that whole song with the copyright claim I'd get from it because somehow that song is copyrighted.
Well, I wonder though, because it's on a damn singing fish.
Doesn't matter. It's somehow copyrighted. I'm gonna get an old school copyright. Get it? Because they're fish, so that's cool. Anyway.
Your face is what makes it.
You know, it's funny, Ultraman never did consider throwing it in the ocean. Of course, it was apparently biting him. But here's the thing. The fight with Barossa is fun. It's a great contrast to last week's fight, which was high intensity, all hands on deck, everyone trying to fight. But in this one, Barossa is not a hulking monster. He's different from any other enemy, including the Giants of Darkness. He is instead, he's a scoundrel, and he's trying to get away from the authorities. So what does he do? Well, he climbs over buildings, he runs, he jumps. At one point, he and Ultraman are wrestling, and I'm pretty sure he's going for a half Nelson. It was a surprising move, but who knows? But he doesn't have great physical power. He's squirrely, he runs around, and that makes it a fun fight. Now, it's equally fun when Zeth and his human avatar, whose name I totally forget, they try to have a transformation using the sparkler, or whatever it's called, and, well, he ends up shooting his own Ultraman in the foot. I mean, oh, that's funnier than it should be. But then they figure it out. I mean, again, Zed is a very polite Ultraman. He's like, I think you just have to pull, that looks like it opens. I have to wonder if anyone in Gut Select has accidentally opened theirs. Like, whoa! What does this mean? Doesn't mean a whole lot at the moment. Maybe there's a lock unless you have the right key inserted. But either way, we finally get the dual Ultraman. And I confess, I always figure Restraining Order would be the second Ultraman, as is sometimes the thing. Jido? Kamen Rider Jeed? Kamen Rider. Ultraman Jeed. Although that would be an interesting crossover. There are sometimes second Ultramen, as I understand it, and I figured Restraining Order, especially after his vow, would be wanting to become an Ultraman just to have the power to fight back. And I will say that Restraining Order is a lot more fun in this episode because of that flashback. I mean, seeing him run around and having this measuring contest and, running down the track with Barossa in pursuit is a lot of fun. It helps show there's a goofy side of this character, but there's a deeper, darker side. And that's part of the fun. That makes him a more dynamic character than if he was just comedic relief or just a goofball. And thankfully not just Growler. If anything, I find that Kengo is the most emotionally shallow of the cast so far because, you've got Schizo, who has dual sides when she's piloting and when she's not piloting. You've got Jafar, who there's always seems to be something sinister about him, but he's composed, but he's also energetic. He gets invested. I will say, Edgelord, he comes off as grumpy, but he has deep love for nepotism. And, well, she's got this alternate sign. Kengo, with his smile attitude, is simultaneously the least complex, but perhaps the most approachable of the cast. So, take from that what you will. I like characters who have some duality to their souls. And then, again, we have the two Ultramen fighting. I'm a little sorry Barossa's lost, but at least his birdie child is still with us. And I did love that Zed's exit almost causes a mid-air collision. But he's got a pretty cool exit, like, you! And then Trigger's just flying there like, should I follow him? What am I supposed to do here? So that was a fun fight. Again, Barossa is more entertaining as you realize he's not your typical monster of the week, he is something very different. I will miss his gibberish. I will miss his gibberish. But either way, he's just a lot of fun. And, well, it looks like Zed will be around for at least a few episodes until he gets back to where he belongs. I did find it clever that they immediately depower him. We see him at the beginning of the episode in his fully awakened Ultraman power, and now that's contained because first the metals were lost and the transformation unit destroyed. Now he can use the modern toy to transform for a little while, but they can still advertise. I'll bet you anything there'll be an anniversary pack coming out soon.
Well, that's kind of what they did with Jeed and Zet. They had him come with the
I know.
metals to transform into Jeed for a bit before he got his device back and said, "Hey, here you go. You can have my toys."
I know. I actually really didn't like that, though, because I liked Jeed's transformation weapon. And I honestly...
It was just to sell the Jeed metals.
Well, I understand. And it's the same thing for here. It's to sell something else. But I do agree with Silver. It was weird to see him depowered to Zet, the original.
I don't know. That was actually kind of interesting because we never really got to see much of his
original form.
His original form. It was always using the powers of the Ultras in metal form.
Well, yeah, and I did actually like earlier on in the episode when it was that powwow between all four of them, and Haruki is like, "Yeah, I transform with Zet," and Kengo's like, "Transform with him?" And he says, "I'm just Ultraman Trigger," and basically Zet's like, he is just the Ultraman. He's not like our powers combined. Mm-hmm. Because technically, that's something that we've lacked, because Orb, even though Orb is an Ultra, you've never really saw his OG form because he's always combining with others. Same thing with Jeed. Because they're both Ultras, but to acquire their powers, they have to combine with others. Where Ginga and X didn't have to do that.
Right, because they were the Ultras. Well, no, X was still shared.
Oh, yeah, X was shared.
Yeah, because X was in digital world.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Ginga wasn't, though.
No, he was the Ultraman.
Yeah. Whereas, like in Rube, also, they weren't the Ultras. They had to share their power. I don't know about Taiga.
Well, no. Remember in Rube, the Ultras were already dead. They took their bodies.
Oh, yes. So they were the Ultras as well, weren't they?
Technically, yes.
It's so weird because, obviously, the OG series, you had some that were the Ultras themselves, and like the original Ultraman, he combined with somebody, like they shared the same soul. Where in 7, Dan was Ultra 7.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always interesting how that dynamic works because it shifts every series. But I do agree. I liked seeing the original Zet form because we really didn't get to see that. I do have to admit, there is one thing I would like to see if it can happen in this two-parter, to have Ignis versus Juggler.
That's if we see Juggler, because I think his actor left the agency that Subaraya uses.
Oh, so really? After all of that being in 2 Ultra series?
So I don't know.
Jets?
So I don't know if, he was juggling his bets. I don't know if he will be back. Okay. I think last thought, Silver Quill.
And I do know that Zedda's episodes are here on YouTube. So maybe then I should go check them out, but not right away. I've got kind of a list of back episodes to watch on multiple fronts. So this episode for me, I feel like I witnessed half its potential because I don't know everything that goes on with it. I don't know the mythology of Ultraman. I don't know all the items that may have been presented. I'm enjoying the moment, but I don't know if I've fully appreciated the history. And it's not very approachable for someone like myself who doesn't know. but it's still fun. It's still entertaining. I still had a really good time. And we'll see how this carries forward. If Zedda will be an Ultraman through the end, or if we may yet see more Ultramen into the scene. I know Kaiju has pointed out that we're acting as though Tiga never really actually happened. But maybe we'll get a little anniversary there. I don't know, but hopefully I'll get to rejoin Cruellica and Kaiju next time, because it's more fun to talk with them in person. But in the meantime, you can always catch me on YouTube. Just look for After the Fact or MLP Silver Quill. You shall find me. So, thanks for having me, and have a great week.
Anyway.
Bye, Silver Quill.
Yeah, bye, Silver Quill. What are your thoughts on this week's episode of Zet? Now I'm saying Zet. Wow, is it 2020 again?
God, no. Please, no.
Yes, what are your thoughts on Ultraman Trigger episode 7? Not episode 8. Episode 8 hasn't come yet.
But it's out there in the universe because Silver Quill saw it.
I mean, I guess technically if you count the clip shows, this would be episode 9. So it's still wrong. He's still wrong. But anyway, what were your thoughts on episode Trigger? Episode 7 of Ultraman Trigger. Click like. Click subscribe, click the bell notification, click whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support us. You can support us on Patreon at Kaiju no Kami, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Kaiju no Kami, and the website
Creativity by Design, LLC.com. Cool.
Any last thoughts before I say bye?
I hope you like this newest episode of Couples Therapy, and hopefully next week we can have Silver Quill in the room. Are you going to let Silver Quill in the room again? Are you taking him off the ban?
Depends.
And on what? What? What does it depend on? What does he have to do to come back to the fold? You know, birds of a feather should always stick together.
Okay. He just has to be here when we go to watch the episode.
Yay! Silver Quill, challenge for you! Come watch the episode with us.
That means he'd have to be here before your mom on Saturday.
That's not happening. Come watch the episode with us. I don't care how, I don't care where, when, or why, because apparently business is booming.
That just sounds fishy.
I know, but it's better than tacos. Bye!
Bye? I haven't even said bye yet. Until next time. Bye.